Learn to listen when it's grown men talking, cause real spit you don't find that often. Learn to listen when it's grown men talking, cause real spit you don't find that often. Every discussion from experience, and hopefully within it delivers some deliverance. It's all facts and opinionated, from the west where that real spit originated. Brothers truly trying to save a soul, provoke thoughts so we can really designate a goal. We on that grown man scribble, the ball in our court with command on the dribble. This is something that'll help us show, cause it's something that'll help us grow. We see exactly what the people need. Now welcome to the show, Spitt'n Pollaseedz. Welcome to the show, Spitt'n Pollaseedz. Welcome to the show, Spitt'n Pollaseedz. Learn to listen when it's grown men talking, cause real spit you don't find that often. Learn to listen when it's grown men talking, cause real spit you don't find that often. Spitt'n Pollaseedz.
Seeds. Yeah.
We're
Hey.
back.
Yeah. Y'all know what it's today. Spitt'n Pollaseedz Day.
All the
You
way
already know. We doing away with Wednesdays. Gonna put in this place Spitt'n Pollaseedz Day.
Yeah.
Y'all know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all come on in, get comfortable for this next 50, what is that, 58? About 58 minutes left on here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, share,
flies,
tell a
though.
friend. So what now?
Yeah, time flies though.
Yeah, it do. It do.
Especially
So
with heated topics like tonight, the streets don't forgive.
yeah. And this ain't EP. I know y'all think he didn't grow hair. This not EP. Yeah, this is our special guest, man. Rare breed, man. I think a lot of people know.
Yeah, like, what the hell? You just,
Well, I was
it's
gonna-
just for-
I was gonna ask
Boy,
him
like,
if
you
he-
forgot
if he
his
wanted-
name.
no.
This is what's his name. He
I was
here
gonna
with us.
ask him if he wanted to introduce himself, but I
No.
just took it up on myself. I know a lot of people know who this dude is. He very, very active in the street, you know. So this dude is doing the work, man. And for you all to know, y'all see the flyer. Streets don't forgive, so you already know it got to be something serious. But we still gonna, be us, do us. So we gonna do this check-in. Trev, what how you feeling, bro?
All is well, man. I had a full week. I had a full week. I'm looking forward to the next. So, yeah, all is well.
For sure.
P,
No.
how you feeling?
I just want to say Eli lama sabachthani,
I know.
meaning my God, why have thou forsaken me?
I was like, where's he going?
Man.
It's Hebrew in the Bible.
Okay, say it again.
You don't read the Bible.
Say it
very much.
again. Not in Hebrew.
Okay. All right.
Right.
It's still in the English version. It still reads the,
Okay, could you repeat it though? As you said, say it.
Eli lama sabachthani, meaning my God, why have thou forsaken me?
Okay.
Eli and
Okay.
Bethany.
This is
Baptist
what
Church.
Jesus said.
Right.
Yeah. So it's not. I feel like Jesus persecuted.
So Eli and then Bethany Baptist Church.
Nah,
Yeah, I don't know if that was in the King James version, but I hear you.
it is in the King James version.
Right. No,
Guaranteed.
I'm just with you. I believe you.
I'm just, you can't test. You gonna test me? Right
Not
now?
you.
You gonna put up?
I
this
wouldn't
King
test.
James?
I wouldn't
Man.
test
Okay.
you.
Yeah, never
If
do
you
that.
said it, it's
Never do that. Never
Tis
do that.
written.
It is
It's
written. What about you, Ken?
Man, I'm man, it's been a long week, man. Yeah, but I'm here. So
Yeah, that's the beauty of it.
yeah, I'm
that's
here,
what I say.
bro. So
I'm here.
I'm good, man. We gonna weather the storm. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I'm gonna rejoice. I'm gonna claim it in the midst. And if that's a phone, I was gonna say, Spence didn't let us.
Well, let's get
Yeah.
to Rare.
So yeah, that's what. Yeah,
Man.
go ahead.
Rare Bree.
Man, trying to get these headphones right. But yeah, I'm blessed and highly favored through it all, man. It's a lot of
Yeah.
challenges out here. Just lost the uncle. Celebrating my grandson's birthday. This was Monday. It's a lot of good that come with the bad, man. So,
Yeah.
we out here rejoicing through it all and getting the good out the bad. You know?
Okay.
So,
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Getting the good out the bad. I
Definitely.
Yes,
like
sir.
that statement.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Getting the good out the
something
bad.
like yours. Love the hell out of somebody. Okay, yeah, because he do that. So
Getting the good.
yeah,
I'm
you
used
gonna
to
There
hear
you
it.
go.
I'm
Yeah.
used to
Right
it.
there.
Yeah, that
Can
thing
you
wasn't
hear
working.
better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that shit.
But that light hitting too, boy. Y'all got that like I'm in the interrogation room up in here.
Yeah.
And I get a napkin one time.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So, excuse me, we gonna jump right up all in this. Y'all, for those that know, I'm be in the streets. We trying to
In a positive way.
in a
I
positive
mean,
way now.
you tell them.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's
in
a
a
big
positive way
difference.
now.
There's
Yeah, it
a
is.
big difference.
It's a huge difference. Me and this
Lucky.
dude, we had a lot in common. We met about 7 years ago.
Yeah, it's been about 7 years. We started working with the same organization, Advocates for Peace and Urban Unity. It was a West Side organization based, and they brought two East Siders to bridge the gap and do the intervention work, from community intervention to ambassador work, and we was able to be in the community
Yeah.
and show the community the unity, because building bridges is hard to do on our blocks. It's a lot of people that don't want it. It's a lot of naysayers. It's a lot of people that hold on to old grudges. It's a lot of people that hold old grudges and that's new to the game, because your homeboy told you we over here with this beef, then you with it, and you don't even know the history that you finna die for,
Wow.
Right.
Yeah.
So, what did you said at first it was you said bridging the gap and then the ambassador, ambassador you said?
Yeah, so you got community intervention workers, and then you got another ambassador. So the ambassador is just basically like older homie that got a voice in the community, and he get hired on the agencies that we get funding for, and he able to make those phone calls. He able to work with the community intervention worker from the block, and we trying to service our young homies, give them resources. We believe job create peace, stuff like that.
Yeah.
A homie can't be shooting at nobody if he 200 feet in the air at the oil refinery getting that good money.
That's
But it's hard. It's hard. It's
Yeah.
good money. We understand it, but it's hard for them to understand it, because they know how to go in there and do a snatch and grab and get that $50,000 rollie real quick and flip it, and that's faster to them. They don't even want to sit down and sell a whole bunch of rocks no more. That's too slow. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So it's a lot of things that we gotta revamp our mindset to, and go back to the drawing board, because we not trying to say khaki suit gangbangers no more. So that intervention method is gone, is lost. It's a lot of old homies that's washed up that really need to revise what they doing. No disrespect to them, but they gotta understand when it's done, it's done.
when
And
you
now
say what does that mean when you said there's no saving khaki suit gangbangers no more?
because they not wearing khaki suits.
They not wearing
We
khaki
need the
suits.
skinny jeans, the dudes with the
Okay.
bezels on the belt,
Yeah.
and they got the long sleeve panties on.
Yeah.
That's what I call them things. They be
Yeah.
wearing, they around here just in their own era. And again, that ain't me. I'm not gonna disrespect you, because we had the era where we was talked about by our elders.
Yeah.
So it sound like we kind of dissing them, but at the end of the day, it is what it is.
Mhm.
Y'all watered down, got watered down, and now it's a new era that we got to go after. And we can't go on the block and get 30 homies drinking a 40 with Jim Brown now and say, hey, y'all come to Jim Brown house and we gonna have peace, because they not on the block.
Right.
We got homies that's dancing with these clown dancers.
Hold that thought.
Yeah.
We got a caller. State your name, your comment, or your question. Yeah.
Your boy Spencer.
Spencer.
Hey, yep.
What's going on,
Last week I
Spence?
was
Oh, there we go.
last week I was really sick.
Oh,
That's why
wow.
I didn't call in.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, you didn't want to infect us. I get it, and we appreciate it, Spence.
But
You was looking-
anyway, the topic of the day today is the streets don't forgive. My opinion on that is, yeah, I mean, once you're in a gang, you're always going to be affiliated that. And also sometimes when you make certain choices, it'll fire back at you.
Yeah.
Literally and figuratively.
Did you come
Yeah.
from the street, Spence?
Yeah, I grew up near Compton in Bellflower, California.
Okay.
But hey, I did come from the streets, but probably not the same streets you did. 'Cause I'm Mexican. I'm Mexican, but I did come from the streets.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, our brown brothers, they suffered some of the
Oh, yeah,
same
definitely.
things too. So
Spencer, did you have a question or anything, or you just wanted to leave the comment?
He wanted
I
to
just
call
wanted
in
to
and
leave
talk to us.
Yeah.
I just wanted
Yeah.
to leave a comment, but hey, have a good night, and I'll call in next
All right.
Hey
Thanks,
man, we
Spence.
we
Spence.
looking forward to you
All the
calling,
time.
Spencer.
Take
Thank you
care,
for calling, man.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Awesome. Have a great week.
Spence Rebbe, I know, man. He became a regular, like, what was it, about 4 or 5 weeks ago, maybe.
Call
He
in
said
at
Bellflower
top of the morning.
Compton, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's down the street.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know?
that it
Yeah.
is.
He might not been outside with.
But he was
He was
outside.
outside.
He
was
around the
out
corner
there.
from me.
Right.
He was around the corner from
Yeah.
you. But go ahead, as you were saying,
Yeah.
though, man.
Yeah, I was saying the target for our gang members are in places like social media. Those clown dancers, a lot of them dudes is toting guns and doing their thing in between stuff like that. And they got a good outlet to stay away from drama, but they still connected to the drama.
Mhm.
And we got to find out where to go target them at, because they not hanging on blocks no more.
Right.
You know, so we got to find a new method to the madness. We got to get out the way, you know, because it's younger homies that's active on the streets. If you was doing this work 15, 20 years, more than likely you're not going to the block after your intervention meetings or your intervention jobs and your
Mhm.
community outreach. You're not going to the block with the homies no more.
Mm-hmm.
So your relevance is a little bit different now, you know.
Diminished a little bit.
Yeah, so you got to go ahead and move out the way and put that next one up. And unfortunately, the next one up is the one that's connected to the active people.
A little bit more. So.
Yeah, definitely.
We had some comments. Keith, can you? Yeah, thanks. You know that person? That look familiar to you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this says, do we want to read it or?
Yeah, go. Yeah, you want to read it?
Okay.
There you go.
Rare Breed been putting in work in the streets for the streets. His heart is for his people, uplifting and working to end senseless violence.
Appreciate that, Fee.
That was
Yeah.
good because also some of his history is, if I'm correct, gospel rap, and there are
Yes.
some artists or some albums that you're also featured on, correct?
Yeah, I do Christian hip hop, street gospel, you know, music for the homies. You know, give them a different outlook. It's just another outlet for me to have a platform. You know, you call me up there to rap, I'm gonna speak this piece too. You know, I'm gonna throw my little shots in there and do what I
Uh-huh.
do. And it's just another tool. It's music for the movement. We in a spiritual warfare right now.
Yes.
definitely.
You know,
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
it's a battle against your carnal and spiritual. And a lot of homies don't understand.
Right.
They battling because they carnal is taking over and they spiritual mind ain't set in place. It's a lot of homies that's numb because they doing all these drugs that don't allow you to feel no more.
Mhm.
So if a homie can't feel, how you gonna heal him? So you gotta first get him sober minded, get him in that feeling, let him understand and get his heart beating right, you know, line him up with God, and then you can heal him.
So is there just like is there programs like how does that step by step take place? You know, like how do you clean him up? You know, I mean, do you take him to a sober living?
That's
place,
a good
or-
question. I mean, it starts in the hood. You know, you had a dialogue with the homies.
Mm.
You know, it took me a lot of years for them to finally get to see what I was saying. At first, it was the homie working with the police,
Right.
the homie this, the homie that,
Yeah.
until they needed me to talk to the police and intervene. You know what I mean? To a house was about to get snatched for gang injunction type stuff, till a homie needed to get out of prison, needed a letter from us, and you know, me to ask the homies for letters and different things like that made them open up to where they like, okay, I get it now. You know, I shut down the main street on my block 2 years in a row. We passed out over 500 turkeys to the community. And I told the homies, don't stand in line for no turkey. Bring one and add one to it. This the day you give back, because we've been taken from the community so long. Now this is the day we're going to give back. So it's a community empowerment thing. We go across the bridge and tell them it's safe. Bring your family, come get groceries, have job resources, stuff like that. So we try to develop all these skills, life skills for ourselves, and then we try to give life skills to the streets. And we try to change the narrative of these conversations on the block. You know,
so that like the Thanksgiving turkey giveaways, that's one form of your philanthropy as well, though. Because
Exactly.
you also are a philanthropist. Are there other
Exactly.
forms of philanthropy that you want to mention?
Man, I mean, we save lives, man. I sit at the organization.
That ain't giving. Shit.
Yeah, I give my time, my effort, and my peace and my forgiveness, because I sit at tables with people in somebody else's eyes, I shouldn't be forgiven. I should be sitting at tables with some people that stab me in the back even doing this work. It's a lot of snakes in this work, and we shouldn't be battling, spending energy funking against peace builders. We should be piecing and unified by the masses like we're supposed to, because if you don't unite the masses and you talking about I'm working on my backyard, the backyard and the front yard need to be worked on at the same time, because we at a grave state right now. We getting gentrified, we getting pushed up out of here. A lot, like, for speaking, I'm out of Watts in out of the residential area, but the projects, they kicked a lot of people out that wanted to redevelop the projects.
Yeah, they're building some homes out of what are those canisters that go on the ships? Or whatever. Yeah, I've seen a lot of homes being built.
But look at this, they pushed them out, bro, saying don't come in our hood with this, and pride in the projects. Nothing wrong with having pride, but it's misdirected. Why are we celebrating 5 and 6 generations in a place where we were supposed to get that first generation was supposed to get a helping hand and get on and move on? So you should have been developing some of them projects yourself with other developers and had your hand on it and say, we're going to transition from this, we're going to get up to here, and then eventually we're going to get houses and get up out of here. We don't know how to play chess like that. You know what I mean? And every time we fear breeds anxiety. If you don't know nothing, you don't have the knowledge of something, you're going to shut down and say no to everything. So we got to learn how to have that knowledge and wisdom and understanding to say, oh, I see the need for that. I see why we need to develop. I see why we need to put our money together
and be involved in it.
In it.
Not just to say what the problem is or whatever else, but actually do what the resolution is.
Exactly.
And it takes a lot of gumph to do that, because a lot of people can sit and talk about the problems that plague our communities, our cities, and wherever, but even fewer people would be able to actually do what it takes to solve. And that sometimes I could imagine that would be like being a hamster in a wheel, because we can't do this alone and we need more people to do it. But it seems as if more and more people are leaning towards the negative energy versus the positive energy.
Yeah.
And for you, I commend you guys both for being able to stand there, because it seems like oftentimes but let me ask you, how often do you feel like you're making a difference? Because I'm sure sometimes you'll go home and be like, I can't believe this shit again. Okay, the same. I just finished talking to this person yesterday. We were talking to this crowd of folks yesterday. We just gave back yesterday, and then the very next day. So I could imagine it being frustrating for you guys.
Super frustrating. I mean, because it's always going to be good versus evil. Right. And then right now, the thing, whatever outweighs the other, that's what's going to be the norm. Bad outweighs the good. So you might get one pimp out the way, one sex trafficker out the way. It's going to be another one,
or three.
And one of the things too, we got to understand, we came from criminal mindsets to the positive side. So some of them homies, they still scandalous. They still out for the bag. They got hidden agendas. They got narratives that ain't about peace as a whole. You know what I mean? And it's the same issue that Malcolm and Martin had. The division. Everybody wants to lead their way, and if it's not their way, then you the problem. How do I eliminate that person?
Yeah.
When I always been a leader that know how to follow, and I always played the background and supported my brothers. He know that. And then even so, sometimes it's my time and I still pass it. Right. Because it's not about being seen, it's about being a unit and being seen as a group. So I'm there for a head count. I'm there for a strong shoulder. And for us to push the same there, we supposed to be one voice, one mic. And if you get on the mic and you switch up the narrative on stuff, then we not doing what we supposed to do.
How does that, because you said there's scandalousness even within the positive movement, right?
Yeah.
So how do you unify that positive movement? Because everybody is after whatever. Somebody, there's a new grant come out, let me rush and go get this, and not even tell the other people about it, and there you go, the division starts.
I don't know why they think you're supposed to hide money. It's not. You're not supposed to. I don't You know, I'm like the dope game too. I was too honest for the dope game, bro. You know, I'm penny for penny, everything, you know, I ain't do no backdoor stuff, you know what I mean? And got swallowed by that. And it seemed like that's what I'm dealing with this piecework. I get frustrated, bro. I be wanting to throw my hands up, but I got grandkids and I got a 9-year-old daughter that need my help, bro. That if these streets don't get saved by us, you know, it's gonna be hectic for them.
Because it's not. Don't think you got a bunch of people running and kicking down the door to do this type of work.
No.
You really got to have a passion for it, you know, in order for it to work. And that's why he here and I'm here, is because you got a lot of wolves in sheep clothing. You know, you still had a lot. You dealt with dudes that got 1 foot in and 1 foot out. You know, these are the type of things, and like you said, and even in the midst of trying to for it to fight for peace, it still get ugly.
So you know, this peace or, you know, gang violence, bringing down the numbers have been, I mean, how long we've been trying to do this for? 40 years, even since the inception of it, maybe even since, you know, they had when gangs were more community driven. I wasn't living there, so I can only read about it. The disciples, the businessmen, and all that, and how these other gangs formed. But it seemed like they were more community driven then. But how now, since it's so out of control, how do you corral it and make it stop? Because I don't think there's so many peace things. Like when the riots happened in '92, they had a peace moment.
Yeah,
it wasn't even.
Yeah,
it didn't last that long. I think it was certain things were set in place for it to kick back up.
I think the news helped perpetuate that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Certain
yeah.
things.
Media is
it's
everything.
over. Yeah.
Media is everything right
said
now.
it was over.
Yeah.
Like,
They gonna continue. They gonna continue to throw narratives out there. We had an incident with the 13-year-old girl in McDonald's, and you know it became a clash between the streets and peace builders because people were empathizing with the 13-year-old, and other people were being humanitarians and empathizing with both sides.
so explain the scenario for those that don't know.
Because,
So it was an incident at McDonald's in Lomita, and whatever happened, the media showed a grown woman beating up a 13-year-old girl, and the way they snipped it and narrated it, it was bad. It got everybody mad. I got heated when I first seen it, but I'm quick to listen, slow to speak, like the words say.
Yeah.
And then being a critical thinker, you got to say, what kind of environment was that? What was that lady confronted with to make her trigger that? Because it was just nobody randomly goes in there and just takes off on a 13-year-old girl. And that's what the news said, you know. So the girl said, I walked out the bathroom, and the lady said, I fight kids, and took off on me. And we if you watch the video and you know what we know, you'll see different body movement. You'll hear things being bleeped out that tell you a different story, and it's not taking nothing from the girl, but it's telling the truth about what happened. And after the truth, then it's people that got to pay for the undesired consequences of their actions. And so that's what I try to push in that narrative. We had to sit down with the Samoans and Blacks last week, called by the high chiefs of that of that other Samoan community, because they're still indigenous. They still connected to their roots. We not. So we don't understand that. We think big homies on that side calling us a meeting for us, and it wasn't that. They want to create peace. They didn't say they people was right. They just saying that they wanted a peaceful resolve with it. And so we was able to have that dialogue. And, you know, we urge people to go on social media and tell them what's going on, because it went worldwide. You know, when you talk about Samoans, you're talking about people that exist in Alaska, Australia, Samoa. So it's going global, and people tapping in. And then you got people in New York, you know, peace builders out there speaking on narratives, and everybody got an opinion, and people got to be quick to listen, slow to speak. Let the stuff play out. Everybody got to hang the lady. She need to be dead, and took away from her kids and all this stuff. And we adding to the problem. So
do we know what actually happened, or do we know the backstory?
It just happened. She got arrested. We're gonna let the courts bring the truth out, And then after that plays out, then we gonna hopefully get together as peace builders and bring it all to the community and watch the healing process. And if we can have some say so in it and not just be about hang the lady, sue the McDonald's, this and that, and really see where it first triggered everybody. You know what I mean? I think it was a wrong on both sides that need to be understood, and then the healing process can take place from that. So, saying that, the media always depicts so many different things
Yeah.
about, and we know that. And we know that, and we still fall for it.
One of my things in looking at black on black violence, because that's what we're talking about, right? Is all socioeconomic. Like, if you living in an impoverished community, you gonna do almost anything, especially if your morality is not intact. You're gonna do almost anything to feed your stomach. You know, if the homies say, okay, join us and we can get you some food, or we can offer you safety, a lot of people are going to do that. It was a book, and I can't even think of the name of it, but they juxtapose Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs to what gangs offer.
Yeah.
And everything they offered a whole lot except that self-actualization, and the last thing in Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs, but they offered the safety. You know what I'm saying? So it's alluring.
Yeah.
How do you take off the allure of
It's super evasive too, because my community made it look like it was the thing to do.
yeah.
Come over here, we're gonna party, as girls, as money, as this and that. And I didn't find that. I found informants, not disrespecting, but telling the truth. I got told on, at 21, and went straight to the federal pen and lost all my 20s to the system behind popular people from my community not able to hold they hold they stuff through the good and the bad and the ugly. You know what I mean? And so when that pressure bust, it's gonna bust, and everybody ain't gonna hold their water. So the making it look good, I thought I was grown, 14, 15 years old, selling dope, making my way, hitting legs, doing whatever, putting money in my pocket. But as I got older, when I got stripped from my freedom and I was sober, I seen everything. And all I was doing was, you know, committing genocide, fratricide, killing my people, watching, being the cause why that brother don't got a job no more. His family, his wife divorced him. He done sold his daughter a car. You got a case for a GTA. We helped strip our own people, and that's I'm ashamed of that, bro. And that's why I push the work that I push so hard, because of things like that. That I gotta be a part of the solution, because I was part of the problem.
Yeah, the whole domino effect that a lot of people that are not in their right minds or allured by the type of lifestyle don't really realize the implications that it has on the average person's day to day. Like you had made mention, all the things that a person that was on drugs did. But you steal somebody's car, this man or this woman got to go, or is a single parent, got to go to work to go feed these children or take some to school. Now one can't go to school, one gonna miss his test, the other one, she can't take them to practice or whatever else.
A snowball
can't
effect.
pick up his kid.
Yeah.
So we're not realizing also with the people that we do hurt, injure, or kill. You got some kids that are trying to live right, do right. They're on a team and or going to work or what have you, and you just killed a kid that came back from college in his last year.
Yeah.
It's just like we killing us.
And we connected. When you start doing the work and seeing stuff and connect, like I go pray over here with the homies in the bottoms and the projects, all that. Like I'm God send me there, I'm going. I'm not bold, like I'm doing my thing, but God send me, he sent me. And I'm able to have connections with people, and I'm saying, I'm starting to learn people like, man, I was really connected to that person that died because he related to this person over here and this and that. The table I sit down, I'm connected to so many different people that have done me harm.
Yeah, you see that on social medias. Some of the people that you may know, you got a few friends over here connected. You have a few friends with this person you never even thought. Somebody could send you a friend request, and you got like 50 people in common. I mean, that 6 degrees of separation, I think, is true. And especially in our community, as we get older, we know some of the people that have done and people that got done.
Yeah.
Hey, Keith, can you bring up that segment about the schools and everything?
It was a.
I mean a statement.
Oh, okay.
I wish the schools would encourage more intervention help as early as elementary and middle school to give children another perspective. Cause many of them only see the street life, and the thing is,
Yeah,
they
they got
do
something else going
they
on.
do make it hard for us to get into the schools.
Yeah.
But now you got we got a call, Keith.
Yeah, because we can't hear it if it
Yeah, I
is.
can't hear it. Caller, statement and question. How you doing?
What's going on, gentlemen? This is Johnny. I just want to say thank you to the brother out there that's, he's putting in some work and some good work. Thank you for living the life you led and coming to the realization of what was going on and being able to communicate and relate that with those people in that field. Because a lot of these young cats, they don't want to listen to us because, some of us haven't lived that life. Oh, you don't know nothing, you don't know what you're talking about, but you actually walk that walk so you can actually tell them and show them and be that inspiration for them. So we commend you and we thank you for doing that for us.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Both of you.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we trust me, but it's not easy.
Thank you, caller.
We get bite back
Yes,
too,
sir.
even when we do let them know that look, man, I did this, So it's really the individual because each case is different,
How could a person be a part of you guys' organization? How do they sign up to do that?
I was
What
just
is it
gonna
to,
say
because you
that,
guys
bro.
need more helpers, right?
Oh, man.
It's be the change you want to see.
Period.
We got an album coming out called Be the Change, and that's the narrative of it. That's what we gonna spread the message on. You can't say I won't change. A lot of people come to the organizations and say, "Hey, Bree, hey, I got an idea. Do this." I said, "Once you formulate it, and then I'm gonna support it."
Wherever you see a problem, maybe that's what you would call to fix.
Yeah. So you formulate because I already got food. I already got visions that God gave me. I already got assignments that He put on my plate.
Yeah.
So you can add to it because we need more. So I mean, a lot of people so focused on starting organizations, it's spinning wheels already.
Yeah.
It's wheels already. Why reinvent the wheel? Just come add to the pot. Come help enhance it. We need younger people at the table. We need younger homies to say, "Hey, old people, shut up. Let us put our ideas out there." That's what's needed. So a mother, a father, a little kid, a ex-member, a active member, we need a church, a liquor store owner. We need everybody to get involved.
Where do they go to find you to sign up for it, or to who do they get in contact with?
You can go on Instagram. You can go to Southern California Ceasefire Committee on Facebook, SC Ceasefire on Instagram. You can go to United in Peace. You can go to unitedwestandup.org, click that button and it say donate, get involved and all that. But if you connect to any one of them, you're going to connect to all of them because it's a full entity. I'm an executive board member of Ceasefire, executive board member of United in Peace, executive board member of United We Stand Up, and I'm part of the GRID, Gang Reduction Youth Development, and we all got different zones that we work in, and we able to cross zones because we got those real relationships. We not saying we do the work and we passing the homies pistols and dope and doing the foolishness. So you can get involved by choice, not forced, like the late Vicky Lindsay used to say. She was part of a Project Cry No More. Her son got murdered, her husband got murdered, and she was out there advocating real hard. And she said, don't wait till that call comes to the phone and you come to the table needing assistance. You could do prevention before intervention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Go ahead, Kanim.
No, I want to know. Yes, because my cousin, he was in that life, right?
Yeah.
But he always considered me like a civilian. He called me a civilian. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was like, well, dang, I'm a civilian. But how do we civilians, like he almost said, like we have a business. The only thing since I think part of the problem is socioeconomic, is to have a business that does well and then employ my people in my community.
Exactly.
I think that's the way like we can lend hands, and you're doing that, and I'm working on doing that. But how do we look at the numbers? Like, is there the reduction of gang violence? I know it fluctuates, but
Yeah. Well, since the inception of ceasefire almost about 17 years ago, around the time they executed Tookie Williams and Devin Brown got killed, ceasefire was developing. And since then, when I got in 2009, we had already stopped 50% of murders throughout LA County.
yeah,
And that was
Wow.
that was through work. We didn't know what we was doing.
Wow.
It was
Yeah.
homies that had a passion that became a purpose. And so some, like I said, we played checkers, not chess. So we didn't evolve to be what we should be right now today, but we still exist and we still pushing. Some of us waking up. We got different development at the table. Some of us didn't accept the fact that we was transitioning to have victims and victimizers at the table, you know, crime mothers, law enforcement, city officials, and some of the homies ran from that because that fear again. You don't understand it. Oh, the police here. I ain't trying to. No, but we need that relationship. So some of us that can and will have that relationship with law enforcement, we can have it, you know, and you got to make sure people are comfortable enough to have a relationship to bridge the gaps with law enforcement. And you got to check the homies that's too comfortable to have those relationships with law enforcement. Like, shut up, bro. Stop saying so much. Stop telling them this little nook in them. Just tell them the problem is handled. So we got some homies that damage the work we do because they do that and they think that's us too. You know what I mean? So it's a lot. It's a gumbo pot of root causes and it's a gumbo pot of solutions. And you just got to see what works for you. What I did, I showed up. I didn't know what I was doing, how I was doing, but I needed a new pivot when I came back in parole to LA. I didn't know how to be a grown man in the LA streets. So I started acquiring all this knowledge and soaking up all this information in the new directions homies was going and avenues and navigating different through LA. And I created Rare Breed, you know, out here music for the movement. I was spending Saturdays out here, you know, doing church events, community events, what have you, and serving the community, passing out food, you know, even the lowrider thing we do with the homies. We out there positive. We turned that into something to do with the homies and chill, not kick up dust. And you know, we out there with so-called enemies, and some people that don't low ride from our community have an issue with us mixing and mingling and being grown, you know.
Right.
Like, yeah,
Right.
so I can't let a fool dictate my grown man. So God bless you. And my thing is, if you part of the problem, you my enemy and I'm your enemy. And that's a dangerous place to be, because we buried homies doing this work. We buried a lot of homies doing this work that's building peace at funerals, safe passage and all that. And dudes ain't hearing that, you know. So my life on the line, his life on the line for what we do. It ain't get up every day. It's still that mindset when we was banging. I might get my life took today. I might try to intervene and create some peace that somebody don't want today.
Man, you guys had a few not too long ago. You guys had some that unfortunately died trying to do their work.
Yeah.
Good
And
brothers.
that right there, man, you know, we are killing our, I don't even want to say we, some of us are out there without the correct mindset. It's taken away from people that are building up in our community, changing our community. And that right there, I mean, I could see that being disparaging when you guys first get that news, and almost like you just said, you know, shit, you wake up on a daily basis, or at least often enough to be like, I don't know what they're gonna call for.
I woke up to shootings and murders today, you know. All down Manchester was a murder. You know, it was a shooting at the junior high. It's kind of it's not stopping. You know what I mean? It's minimizing, but it ain't stopping, you know. So another thing, we ain't even getting killed sometimes. We just got bad health because of the stress of moving around, not being able to go to the gym, not being able to eat right, you know, making bad health decisions. We lost some of the homies because their health was bad.
Right.
You know,
a lot of that shit run rapid. High blood pressure, diabetes, and shit like that. And not being even able to afford to go get some proper medical or health care. They putting economically, they putting us in survival mode versus thrive mode. and you worrying about eating and whatever else. You might not be able to afford the medication today. I get it tomorrow. You know,
And we have and then we have lost soldiers that's with that same situation. Well, you know, we working on it, but while you working on it, my health is getting worse and worse. So by the time it do come through, it's too late. We seen it. We seen it all. We seen it. You know, murder. You know, like you said, the gun violence. Yeah, I mean, bad health. I mean, you know, just like you were saying. I mean, it's up right now. The city is up. You know, we didn't had a shooting last week where 5 to 7 people got hit. The day after, we had another shooting that 5 people got hit. You know, but in white America, those are called mass shootings.
Yeah.
Why aren't they called mass shootings here in the hood?
Because
know?
they criminalize
Exactly.
the
So
actions that we do.
and that's the thing that we got to change, man.
But if you study violence, we learned it from them.
Exactly.
but
It's a book called All
Yeah.
God's Children. It's about Willie Basquiat, and they study Willie Basquiat's history and his family history. He was one of the youngest dudes that ever got sent to Rikers Island.
Yeah.
They follow his family history, and them Hatfits and McCoys, you know them. That's where a lot of people learn their violence. You don't get no guns in our community. I don't know nobody named Smith and Wesson.
Right. Just like the movie Gangs of New York. When them immigrants came over here, gang.
Yeah.
But what did they do with them? Oh no, we can't have this. We got to find them something to do.
Employment.
We got to.
They found employment.
Right.
Yeah. And they said they put people on the ships that was committing crimes back then.
Yeah.
You can't even go to prison. They just put you on the ship and throw you somewhere else on another island. That's what they was doing back in the Columbus days. You know what I mean? And that's what they was trying to say. Them dudes was crooks and criminals.
They were criminals. They were. They were the undesirables of Europe.
Yeah.
So
they look at us flag
servants basically here.
We flag banging right now. Ukraine, all them people, they banging flags right now. That's world. That's some high class red and blue flag banging. So I mean, we do it on different levels. And and it's crazy because we see all the trauma and we see all the privilege we have, and we the author of our own confusion. Yeah. We can have it so chill. We can empower each other, but a lot of times I believe it's the fear, because if we empower ourselves and we get back to the Black Wall Streets and stuff, every Black Wall Street got destroyed by white supremacy.
Yeah. That's the thing. And they also flooded them out.
Yeah.
So at least 34 times in American history, we've done very well and we've surpassed, but America imploded on us, and then with the some of the homes we have, not homes but other communities, they flooded out with water. They're lakes now, so a lot of the lakes that are built,
it's underground Black Wall Street cities that's underground.
So it's like
underwater.
So the fear to that capacity, I get it.
Imagine if the warriors that jump out and blow your own brother brains out was redirected to do something positive.
That right there.
That'd be, man, we'd be powerful. That'd be
magnificent.
But people willing to live and die for the wrong reasons.
Yes.
And we rather shoot in the mirror than say, let me go against the man. The police are coming, you're gonna lay your gun down and go to jail. Fear don't replace your heart. You know what I mean? Your gangster done got took by these people. They put them handcuffs on. Gangster gone.
Yeah, and this
gangster
is some of the things that why self-hatred is so prevalent in our community. Because I believe if we loved ourselves a little bit more, I wouldn't go out there and willingly kill somebody that looked just like me.
But then that's also by design, whether it be our music or whatever. No,
that's what I'm saying. And self-hatred is something that's taught.
But you're not born with that. I think they're also forcing that on us. The same people that invest in prisons also help run and manage and invest in record labels. When we had KRS-One, Public Enemy, and all those positive songs, the youth was uprising, and those are oftentimes the ones that go against the system or buck the system. Then they have this lower frequency music with the negative words that complement it, and now I'm telling you to murder, kill, but hopefully I'm gonna make some money off your record, and then I'm gonna make some more money off this jail.
Yeah.
So the same investors, they're in bed together. They're doing business together.
The record
So
labels
by
stop
design,
signing those positive rappers.
Yeah.
period. By
Start
design,
highlighting those gangster rappers.
Yeah.
Then
But
now
you're on a
it
jail.
evolved to now you can stutter now and you can
Period.
be
Yeah,
literate on the
period.
microphone.
Yeah.
and
You could come from special
so-
ed and go get a record deal.
no,
Real
seriously,
talk.
you're
Yeah.
not you don't even have to be special ed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
You just
that is
have
so
special
real.
ed.
Yeah.
But that's how real.
And then what?
It's a great marketing plan because we accept not everybody, but a mass majority of people accepted it. Like, how do we even with some of the conscious music? I remember a lot of it. Oh, it didn't have as banging as a beat as this did. You know what I mean? We would say that. So we want to hear this banging beat, and then this banging beat became some just foolishness.
Well, I will say this. Back in the day, at least, for me, good music or the music that entertained me the most was the music that had a good beat and you could listen to the words. Now you get to the point, man, I just listen to the words, or I just listen to the beat. Scratch the words. But when you can listen to both and enjoy both, in my opinion, okay, you're at a higher frequency.
That's balance. It's putting peace in your spirit. It's
Right.
it's better for your, like you said, your frequency.
And if
your spirit is fed.
If you study music and the science behind it, you have a low frequency. I don't know if it's according to the bass of the drum or whatever else, but the lower the frequency, then that affects a different sphere of your brain or your thought process or whatever else.
Okay, just say
the music,
just a different frequency, because it doesn't have to do with lower frequency.
No,
you're talking about like carnal desires.
No, hold on.
You said you don't know, so I don't want you to speak on something you don't know. That's all
I'm telling you what I do know. I didn't say
you
shit
said
about
musically
carnal.
you didn't know.
I said shit about carnal.
You said lower frequency, lower vibration.
Oh, go ahead.
And I'm saying if you don't know,
no, grab the mic. Go ahead, because I'm telling you what I'm speaking on what I do know.
Because I don't want you spewing out information. You know, you can't take that back.
Remember what the Motown oldies used to do?
And this is exactly what he's talking about. This is what
you
the white man wants. I'm just asking you.
I'm just. I mean, look, just saying.
I'm sorry, brother.
I'm
You're right,
saying.
brother.
Beloved Trevor,
I'm going to go ahead and pass you the mic.
No, I don't want
wherever I was wrong.
You already said you
correct.
You didn't really know, and I'm just saying don't
Agree to
speak about
disagree.
something you don't really know. That's all I'm saying. Anyway,
But y'all remember the Motown oldies? They had them parties and stuff. Remember when the couples needed to get it back right, the neighbors will pull it back up and y'all go in there, put them records on and the groove changed, the vibe changed, and you get back to that peace.
Well, I don't know about that, because if you don't know about my family not doing that, I don't think you should speak on it, because you don't know my family.
Oh yeah, my bad, brother. Yeah, I should have asked, huh?
So you can't speak on what every family did. Anyway, but I can relate to you though, man. I can relate, because I think that they changed the tone of the atmosphere in a lot of families, not every single family in America, but a lot of the music set the tone for the atmosphere in a lot of families.
I mean, back in the civil rights, we had Marvin Gaye, we had James Brown, we had Stevie Wonder. So when I came home, I'm like, who's speaking in life into the movement we got now? And it was not a lot of Christian hip hop artists wasn't connected to the streets. They was connected to churches, 4 walls. They wanted to be blown up in the church, and a lot of them was scared to come back to the streets that they left. And God gave me that assignment, and like I'm out there bold, like I'm real transparent. A lot of people don't like that. They think everything ain't supposed to be said, but everything ain't supposed to be hid either. They've been hiding stuff from us for a long time. It's time to put that real on the table, be real authentic, show that Mexican news, with a family all shot up in the car, and show them it was really happening. Stop sugarcoating the news. Let us know we hurting out here, we backstabbing out here, we need to do better. We lost. We putting band-aids with this. Gang intervention is a band-aid, and it's something to just subside and distract us until they really gentrify us up out of here, because we not owning as we doing this intervention work. We borrowing, we getting paid from the man, we getting our checks signed from the other people. We not empowered in this stuff, So until we understand that, we gonna get pushed right up out the door. We gonna turn around. These checks gonna be gone. The door gonna be closed. They gonna knock all these streets down and call them something else that we done died for, put tats on our face for, and it's gonna be a wrap.
So that's important. You said empowerment. So where does how does the organization empower? Because I'm thinking you gotta like the comment was starting in elementary. I'm almost you got to start like really young before they even.
Actually, you even got to start even before elementary, because you can go to some of these elementary schools and these little kids in elementary age is hitting you up. They already know how to do a gang sign. They already
how many generations we gonna have?
Right.
The businessmen, the gladiators, they had a short-lived gang span. We going on 60 years, 50 years. Like how many more generations are we gonna birth?
And ain't expanded their territory yet.
No, it's close, it's minimized.
Yeah, you've been warring against somebody else for so long. You ain't expand your territory in over how many years? Like what is the purpose now? What is the goal and the objective now?
We can't stand in 1 yard on my block, but we love the block.
So how do you curtail
it's crazy.
That spirit within a young man? Because a young man is robust, and he has some of them have that like warrior spirit. They want to fight. They want to do these things. And I think if you direct it in the right way, then we could curtail.
I think
some of those things that violence is considered violent.
Yeah.
I don't think somebody knowing how to protect themselves and fight is never necessarily
it would
violent.
be the unification of the household.
The group effort is there. We just got to really empower it. Like we divided amongst what we doing. Like we got all the stuff. Like what we do, we go get caseloads. We go get a youngster off the street, 14 to 24. We sit him down. We do geneograms, get your background. We don't want to fix you and then take you back to a broke home. So we have a family meeting. We're gonna meet with your family. We're gonna your sister, your siblings, your granny. We're gonna go far back as we can, and we're gonna try to service you. Grandma, mama beating you, she mad, she find that. Okay, let's get her a job. You know what I mean? Let's make sure you at the park safe at night. Matter of fact, you can get a job at the park at night. We got these things that we implement, but we don't come together with it. We cutting our eye at this agency over here. We mad at what Breed said about us over here instead of saying he was right. Let me fix that. You know what I mean? It's a lot of things going on where we don't see eye to eye and we can't work together. So how is peace being built when we beefing amongst peace builders?
Yeah, that's true.
And we don't call. Y'all need to make up, brother. Y'all need to go ahead.
I wasn't beefing with you,
but we don't call meetings like we do. Like when it's shooting and stuff, make that call, get these people at the table, let's stop this beef. But when it's beef amongst peace builders, hey man, can we sit down? No, they too arrogant for that.
The ego.
You can't get them to sit at the table and create peace amongst peace, because a lot of people gonna get exposed.
Wow.
You know, I live in Compton, born and raised in Compton. It was the sheriff. I never went there. But it was a sheriff thing on Alameda and Rosecrans. It looked like a facility that the sheriff did. But I think it went underused and nobody really used it, probably because it was by the sheriff. And they had like a halfway field for them to, work out, play football, and do all these things. But I think that is vacant right now. It never was used. Was used. And I don't know if it because it was the sheriff, but even not like I grew up on near 120th and Central. They had the boys club. Mm-hmm. When I was young, this boys club, like, it was dope for me.
It's still there. I don't know what they're doing with it.
It's still there, but I don't know if they're really engaged or they waiting for people to come through their doors and not.
And that's another thing. The sheriffs, we don't have that relationship. They still set tripping, gang banging. LAPD, we got a better relationship with them. Some of them I actually call friends, and I ain't ashamed of it, because it's human beings behind those badges. But then they'll pull me over on some set trip stuff, and I go left. I'm not for all that. That's when I don't like the police. And then they find out who I am, and they ask why I'm acting like that. Because you approached me with your violence. You didn't come as a peace officer. Matter of fact, if you came at me right, you wouldn't even came at me because you know who I am. you know the community, you know the people that's around you,
Yeah.
you know, and that had to change, you know, because I deal with a lot of police with the peace rides and stuff like that, and now I'm at a point where the motorcycle pull me over in the low rider, like what's happening? Oh, you the one in the peace ride? I love that vibe. I'm cool, yeah. Instead of that dude that might got guns and dope in the car, you know what I mean? So I'll be that liaison between, so I can save my homies, you know.
Yeah.
So
That's
if you're not bold enough to make that stance and evolve, you know, because little homies, I got little homies that think we supposed to be at war to be active gang members. You got to have some kind of uncomfortable stuff going on in your block to be active gang. No, it can be peaceful. We can say we not shooting and create a peace over here, a ceasefire over here, and still be relevant and not looked at as soft or nothing like that. You know, because that's grown man stuff.
And that's actually harder.
It's harder
to do. It's harder to do.
It's easy to be a fool and go to jail and have a funeral and you got all that money on your lap and on Instagram, but then where that money at when we gotta bury you?
Yeah. Yeah.
We ain't got it. You ain't get a plan, you ain't buy a plot, and now we gotta do chicken dinners, you know what I mean?
Right. And go fund me.
Yeah. I'm good on that, man.
Do you think, like, in the development of becoming a man, that I'm talking about black boys, I almost think gangs is almost like a rites of passage into manhood, because you look up to the big homie or whatever, you want to be like them instead of having that. It goes back to that, having that false sense of family. Like, if you don't have a dad in the home or a male figure in the home, you kind of look at the big homie as that. Like, he could show me some things, show me the ropes.
When I was in prison, I went to the yard at 22 and I said, let me talk to my 40-year-old homies and let me see where I'm gonna be at. And what I saw was 40-year-old me's at 22.
Wow.
Their mindset was still at 22, still talking about the females the same way, still talking about, you know, still on that nigga time, still just real disrespectful with they self. They didn't love they self, you know, and I seen a lot of them go and come back. Some of them I used to be like, man, leave me your favorite pair of sweats and your shoes. I'm gonna leave the lights on for you. And they get offended. I said, bro, you didn't do nothing in here. Your consistency is your reality. You was in here politicking. You was in here doing the same thing that had the mindset of doing what you're gonna do out there. And when they come with their head drawn down low, and we have a different conversation because they understand I be in my word, I be in positive stuff, and I get in politics when I needed to, you know, when it was, you know, some life stuff going on, and you got to get into it. But everything I did in the pen was what I'm gonna do today, what affirmation I'm gonna give myself to make me a better person when I finally evolve out of here. Because I tell the gang lieutenants and that I'm bucking the system by keeping my good time going home. You're not finna get me to bite into none of that. I'm the youngest dude on the yard. I'm not into the war stories. We ain't doing none of that, you know. So, you know, everywhere I go, I've been changing narratives, and God was building me to be this peace builder that I am today. And even working on me, because I used to be a little hot-headed and angry when homies didn't move certain ways, and dudes was being busters on this side, but I knew you was a gangster on the other side. Why you a buster on the peace side? You know, oh, they shooting. Okay, you scared? Let's go out there. If we mount up and push all these tribes, go to different tribes and say we tired of y'all shooting, that's how you get work done. When you mobilize and really get your people, stop sitting in these meetings for these feel good meetings. It's some meetings I sit in and they don't mobilize past that meeting. I don't see some of them people on the block. I don't see nobody calling me saying, hey, I got this, come support that. Hey, let's do this. Hey, I'm coming out there. I see you out there. When I post stuff on social media, it ain't look at me. It's like, this is the work that need to be done. Can you come out here? It's an invitation to come and do your portion. Like you said, how can we get involved? Follow my social media. If you see me out there, come out there.
So you're
Do
talking
your
about
portion.
mobilization is the action for the peace groups, is mobilizing and actually going into the community.
Yeah, support the mothers. If you a victimizer and you know, come out there and show and have your sisters back. Support these ladies out here at these candlelight vigils, mothers for murder victims out here marching with no men supporting them. Come out there, wrap your arms around them, show them that you apologize and you made a bad mistake, you know, because I almost felt like that guilt was on my back when I heard a mother speak negative about the person that killed their son, because I've been on that side of the track. But I became that person because I was a victim. My homeboy got killed. We retaliate, we do stuff, and we become these dark people through the stuff our parents don't understand we go through. While you was at work and the streets hugged me, you was on dope and the streets hugged me. When you was out there chasing men, the streets hugged me. And this is the person I became. Now y'all want to be angry at us and throw us to the wolves.
Yeah, you can't.
Nah.
So what at what point, because you talk about at what point did it click for you, like when you say, okay, I need to go this way? What was it?
At what point do you realize that it's after 8?
Oh, I didn't know it was after 8.
Yeah, it's been after 8.
9.
So nobody
well,
the music
I
is
didn't want to
playing,
cut you off.
You still
Okay.
I don't want to cut you
All
off,
right.
but the thing is, we can definitely bring this back, you know, because this is good stuff, and then I think too, we allow people to look into what we do, what we still go through, today, you know, even being on the peace side, you know, is still just as dangerous, you know, if not more. Because a lot of brothers and sisters out there don't like what we doing.
I appreciate y'all allowing me to bring this dialogue.
Man, I would love for you to come back and we continue this.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm here. I text Kev. I said, man, I want to spit some Pollaseedz too. He like, man, we gonna get you on there. You know, that's my dog, man. We gonna chill.
So,
yeah. So
it was
whenever.
very enlightening for me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So
I commend you guys for what you're doing.
Thank you, bro.
Appreciate
This is
it.
the first time they told me that. Though.
Yeah.
They had to bring somebody like
light skin.
Well, not light skin, but
Okay.
somebody that do this type of work. You know, I get questioned, man. Do you really do that?
Yeah.
I don't know if you really do that, man. But so, you know,
He outside with it.
yeah. But I don't know. Keith, we got time for Real Spit. I just want to thank the audience for tuning in. Please share, like, you know, we here every Wednesday, every Spitt'n Pollaseedz day. So that's hump day. At 8 o'clock when we here. But I'm gonna throw it. I thank my boy Real Breed for coming in and giving us a sermon. You know, hopefully you know, it was something he said that, you know, touched your spirit, your heart, and maybe, you know, you will start looking into, well, let me do more, because it's about our people, and it's about our young people, it's about our grandchildren. You know, let's lead the world a little better than what we found it. You know, so until next time, Trev.
That was real spit.
That was real spit.
That was real spit right there.
Until next week.
Yeah, all right.
Forgive within.
Well, just real quick, we want to thank the folks that are a part of the show also. You have Kaiser, Irvin, and Derek. Hopefully we'll see you guys. I'm sure we'll see you guys next week. We also appreciate Dub, and I forgot to mention Big Fish Aaron for being here last week as well. We also want to thank our current guests, man. I mean, Red Breed also added to this gumbo of resolution that can help uplift, encourage, and inspire, as well as fix our community. It may not start with it'll start with us, but we may not see the mountaintop, but hopefully our children and our children's children might be able to. Oftentimes when those that we're trying to help and prevent from going towards the street end up in prison or jail, and the ones that have been telling them to stay away from it is oftentimes the ones that they call to put money on their books. So we want to thank you again, both of you, for your words, your impact on the community. So
appreciate you.
Until next week.
If you want that music, follow campaignrepublic.com.
Yeah, we should definitely put that on our Facebook page, whatever.
Appreciate it.
Information.